How's it going, everyone? It is Liam Catterson here, and this is another episode of True Calling, as we're on episode number 11 of this first out of two seasons, as I guess we're getting closer and closer towards the end of this first season. I can't remember. Let me have a look how many episodes there are actually of season 1, because I know we're obviously into the second half, but I can't for the life of me remember. But whilst I find that, I'm looking forward to getting into this episode. It was very, very great stuff last time around. We had a bit of a mixture of, I guess you could say, Spider-Man, with the fact that I was joking on about the killer of the week being Dr. Connors, and he was actually called Kurt Connors. So, yeah, but we also had a bit of the prom as well, because obviously with Eliza having a bit of a history in terms of Buffy, it was kind of a nice parallel to that episode. Even so, I actually did do a 9 episodes left. That's how much I've got left. But yeah, I actually did do a little bit of a screen comparison to the prom and to that episode, because you know the Buffy fan in me had to. So yeah, but I'm looking forward, as I said, to getting into this episode. So with that said, let's get into episode number 11 of season 1 for True Calling. Let's go.
What did you do?
Nothing.
You're gonna get killed.
Guess you had to be there.
Why couldn't you have just gone to Lindsay's?
Because telling your new girlfriend you've just been evicted isn't very effective pillow talk.
I'm sure she would lend you a hand.
You need your...
Hey, there's nothing. There's nothing here. The cash just went out an hour ago.
Well, then give me what
Is
you
this
have
kid gonna
now.
be the hero? Oh!
Putting a body so low. Besides, you don't look so hot.
Word of advice, stay away from a shrimp sandwich at that new deli across the street.
Oof.
No, actually, You'll excuse me.
Oh, Davis. Oh. Put in a complaint, bud. I'm guessing...
How about a name?
Oh. Thing blacked out there. That was quick.
I don't even mind your crazy excuses about where you have to go all the time. What I do mind is that you feel like there's a part of your life you have to keep hidden from me.
No.
She's gonna have to tell him at some point, because otherwise this relationship's going to fracture and disintegrate. This is not helping.
Wait. Wasn't winning?
Bye, hair.
Just take a sec.
I love how she's still pissed with him, even though he hasn't done it yet.
I'm living out loud. I'm driving right through. Will you meet
Oh yeah,
me
that's
there?
the neighbor.
Will you be true?
Ah, nice little pun there. True.
No, that's not. ATM can really ruin your day, huh?
Not much of a talker when he's dead, not much of a talker when he's alive. Got it.
Give me the money.
There's nothing here.
Now!
Don't!
Oh, he's gonna Oh! Oh shit! Oh shit! Oof. Oh shit! She's reliving this day again? I was wondering if we were gonna get that.
Bad dream?
Are we playing 20 questions?
No. Just 2.
Look, it's no fun for me,
Ow.
but I really gotta go.
It's hard to
And
explain,
don't worry
but
about
just
the
say
thing.
go. I'm going to Davis's. Congratulations, True. You've just prevented him from being a litter
Muscle
bug.
tone appears slack, large fatty liver. Could be cirrhosis.
Ooh,
I thought I had
Oh
What are you
no!
doing here one day?
multiple. Oh, yeah. She told me. First.
Oh wow! What a dick! Oh no! No! He's gonna let him go through with this.
It's all yours.
You dick! Is he sick?
I don't have any more time.
Mr. Mancuso, wait!
Ooh. Well, at least you got a name now.
Patricia.
And I'm locked inside of a crypt.
Look, it's not a good time, Davis.
And now he's asking me how much a corpse goes for in the black market.
Just keep him as soon as I can.
Not soon enough.
Oh no! This is hell. This is hell for Davis.
Why do you ask me for help? Come on. Look about the route.
Let me guess, because this would be a clown show. Wait, is he gonna die? No! We're not doing this a third time, are we?
Oh my god! I didn't see him. He came out of nowhere.
Holy shit!
1180 orange and I'm living out loud. I'm driving right through.
Oh,
you
true.
there.
Because I'm stuck in traffic.
That doesn't rhyme.
Well, maybe your job isn't as obvious as we thought.
There are hidden layers behind
Perhaps
your
someone
calling.
is supposed to die today. And stay that way.
Oh shit.
And she is the sweetest child you will ever meet.
She?
Elizabeth.
Shit.
Parents
Child?
have tried everything, but with a case like this,
I
Oh
haven't had a chance to finish reading the file.
no.
Elizabeth has acute viral cardiomyopathy. She had an echovirus that came out of the blue last year.
What's the course of treatment?
The doctor has her on a daily antiarrhythmic, but the medicine's just a band-aid. Ultimately, she'll need a heart transplant.
Is she on
Shit.
the list?
I thought you were supposed to help me.
Just give us some time. We'll see what we can do.
I don't have any.
Mr. Mancuso.
It's just the times.
Mancuso,
I don't have any more time.
Mancuso.
Oh, this has turned a really, really sad
I
direction.
can.
Look, I swear to you, I'm Stephanie Brandis, and I have a meeting.
Oh no.
I wonder why their hearts work and hers doesn't. Why she got
It's
sick
not fair.
and they didn't.
You do feel so bad for him. I mean, he's going about this in a really
Fix her,
risky way.
but I can make her feel better.
Uh-huh.
And you know how you said to be a polite house guest?
Uh-huh.
Well, I tried. I thought it'd be nice and cook a little some for dinner and, yeah. I might start a small party.
No.
Chance the boomerangs again? I need you to say two simple words.
Don't cook.
Take out.
Good luck, Harry.
Fuck. No.
We did everything we could.
I'm emotional.
We did everything.
Please.
Okay, we've got to redo.
Here, would you mind just trying to keep him out of trouble?
Okay.
Thank you.
I mean, you could send him to Lindsay's. Just tell him takeout.
We'll see.
Ugh.
I'm living out loud. I'm driving right through. Will you meet me there so we can start anew?
She needs is useless. The medicine isn't going to save her life.
I have to get her to the hospital.
Yep. She needs that transplant.
Oh, and Davis, the sandwich in the fridge. Hand it over.
What?
Now.
All right, take it off. Come on. Come on. Come on.
I'm trying.
Take it off. Come on.
Oh! Oh! Oh no 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 no! Oh no! No! Oh my God!
Everybody clear?
fact this, oh my,
Start the compressions. Please, no. Oh, no, God, no.
Please try and calm down, sir.
it's his daughter, of course. He's gonna be upset seeing his daughter flatline.
Where the hell is the trauma surgeon?
Daughter's gonna live long and healthy life.
Shh.
Come on, push through.
What is this episode?
His daughter needs his heart.
Don't you worry, baby.
Notify the transplant team. Get pediatric cardiology.
Oh my fuck.
Don't you feel it, baby? There's nothing we can hold.
Oh.
You can change events, but you can't change fate, Drew.
Why
I
is it
can do
put?
things that probably no one else can. Sometimes even that doesn't feel like enough.
Sometimes it isn't.
I mean, that's really it, isn't it? In terms of the fact that, hey, you feel like you can't, you haven't done enough. But in the end, some people are just fated to... It's a very, very interesting direction they take with this. Like, yeah, he was always going to die, but he died in a different manner. To how he was supposed to have died. And it just sucks for that family because they were always going to lose someone. So, whereas, I mean, if this was not a situation for calling, could have lost two people, but it was either the daughter or yeah. And it's just very, very, yeah, it's just very, very, interesting to go through this episode because, obviously we've had people dying before and they just die anyways. But they've, like, for example, Nick from episode 2, he chose his fate. So it's kind of similar to well, I know, obviously, Thingy didn't choose to die, obviously, but Nick was wanting to be saved so he could save everyone, and he wasn't really fussed about himself. He had a job to do, and yeah, for others to live, one might have to die, and obviously, that father called for True because his daughter needed to live. Oh, fuck. This episode got me. So yeah, that was a really, really emotional episode. Like, towards the end, it was very, very sad, especially when you saw the child just die, and I feel like it was just very, very interesting with how not just we explored the concept of True reliving multiple redo days, but also there were layers in regards to what was happening in terms of what True was trying to intervene. Because you have something that just appears to be, your standard robbery. Someone decides to get a bit greedy and, shit goes down. He dies. And, he wakes up again. But, like I said, there were layers to this story. So, and not just that, though, but with the kid who bolted and the shopkeeper, obviously they weren't fated to die. And obviously in terms of, what was going to be the conclusion to this redo crisis that we were having, because this was like 4 redos we had in this episode. Obviously they served no purpose to the child, but it was the father who needed, he needed to die at I guess, earlier point, because he went from the bank to the clinic. So yeah, he, if anything, survived. Well, I wouldn't say survived a bit longer than he should have, but he technically did, especially when you consider the third redo. So he just needed to die at the appropriate time. But obviously, the little girl was the key in terms of her surviving. Yeah, she needed that transplant, and yeah, so and it was very, very sad as well, because you did sympathize with the father. Like, he was desperate. He would do anything for his child, and he even got his hands dirty in order for her to see a future. And I should have had a feeling when he said, I will die for her. I should have had a feeling that was red flag material, because, yeah. And obviously he did die for her, literally, because of the fact that she gets to live. And obviously where his heart was, it was still in perfect condition, contrary to the first flashback, of course. So, but I really did. I really, really did like this episode. I think it is probably my favorite so far. Just with how intense it was, with the multiple redo days, and True going through a different kind of crisis. We usually just get the one and done deal, really, a second chance. But this was multiple chances, albeit there were multiple victims, if anything. Because in every of the redo, someone had to die, I guess. Someone, like every person that I guess True encountered had to die. It was first, on the first redo, it was the shopkeep. The second, it was the kid, and the child in the third, and obviously to close the situation, the father had to die. So yeah, it wasn't like a case where one individual kept dying and dying, although that could be a very interesting idea, because like I said, with the father, he died a bit like in the first bout of events, I guess, how things went originally. He died he died at the wrong place, I guess at the wrong time, really, because he wasn't supposed to perish there. And not just that, though, but something that was vital for the kid. Yeah, so that got ruptured. So I could see them doing a story where we have someone who keeps being at the wrong place at the wrong time, and True keeps having to like save him, and obviously he or she has to die ultimately. So yeah, and with this, you had a very, very intricate and very interesting idea where True just keeps experiencing the day more and more and more, and she's just pulling her hair out because of the fact of, when is this cycle going to end? Because it's a thing that she hasn't experienced before, and for all she knows, she could be living this for 100 days, 200 days, on a loop, kind of like how a hell loop in Lucifer works. You just keep reliving this. Well, you keep reliving your worst day over and over again, of course, but you get the idea. It will become torture, you living the same day over and over and over and over, to the point where it's just going to drive you insane. So it was just a very, very interesting idea for something that we've never seen before, but one that really had some depth involved, because, like I said, with the fact that we got to learn more about the father, and he wasn't just a random robber, he was just someone who was trying to look out for his child, and your heart just bled because of the fact that she was in a very, very critical condition, and then she passed on the third redo. And I initially thought it was for him. Obviously, he was having financial issues, so he would be declined the medication. But initially, I thought it was for him. He's getting desperate, etc., and all of that. I didn't think it would lean to someone else. But that was that's the power of the loving father that he was. He was willing to do anything, and obviously robbery, it is a bit of a no-no, isn't it? But he was willing to, dip his hands in, he was willing to. You could see how shocked he was, really, when the shopkeep died and the cop came along. He had no intentions on harming, so it was, a situation of, I need to do this, but I don't want to. Because he was very, very scared when when he killed the shopkeep. He was like, oh shit, I shouldn't have done this. I didn't mean to do this. And then the cop came around, and obviously with the cop having a higher power, he got very, very frantic and was like, no, I don't have a gun. It's actually a brush. Just don't do anything, etc. So, yeah. And then the kid just bolts and dies. So, I'm wondering, because he did turn to a left direction. He went straight on when he died. I'm wondering if that's based on panic because a cop shows up and he was stealing as well. So I'm wondering if it's like, oh shit, I'm bolting, and then he just gets poof. So yeah, but yeah, it was just very, very well done in my opinion, and yeah, I just really, really loved the fact that True was able to learn a bit more about her abilities, and yeah, it's just something that is very, very powerful. So, but I also really loved how Davis was there being supportive in regard, because this was testing for True, understandably. And then you have Davis who's just trying his best to help explain certain things and certain theories in regards to her abilities, and then we close out on Davis giving some well done advice. So I really, really did love Davis's contribution, as well as the fact that he had that crutch of the sandwich. That I honestly just loved the idea that Harry, obviously he was having his issues, and it does add a bit of levity to the situation, because it got sadder throughout the episode in terms of who True was focusing on. But with Harrison, it added some levity, like in all of the scenarios that he was in, really. Because I really did love Davis and Harry when Davis was just so done with his shit to the point where he was willing to poison him, basically food poison, of course. So yeah, it was just very, very comical. So, the Harry stuff was some much needed levity, especially with his other scenarios as well, with the fact that he broke into Meredith's and that just took a turn for the worse. It looked like things were going well with Lindsay when he was stopping there, and then just can't cook for shit, can he? So, yeah, Harry did add some levity, as well as the neighbour who we saw in episode 7, I believe. Episode 7 or 8, but yeah, we had that song thing going on, and yeah, but the other characters contributed to this episode were really great in terms, especially Harry, who needed to introduce that upbeatness, because, as I said, as we went along with this episode, it did get sadder and sadder, because you're just thinking, oh, well, the father surely has a serious situation, and like I said, he wasn't exactly he didn't contain any malice when he robbed the store. He just did, obviously it's not a good way to go about things, but you could see how frightened he was about him taking a life, and how when the cop shows up, he's like, oh shit. So it did get a bit more tragic. You were thinking it was for him, but then it just got worse and worse, and really it did get sadder as it went along, because it really broke your heart when the child died. And then that wasn't even the tip of the iceberg. Seeing your daughter flatline whilst you're in a struggling position, and then you die. Well, that's it, though. I mean, True did give him assurance that his daughter was going to live, but he passed away not knowing about the fact of his daughter, if this transplant would be successful or not. So that makes it even more sadder. Yeah, True gave this assurance, and he has this kind of belief anyways with how True said, I know this is happening, etc. But you know, there is always going to be that case on is she going to make it or not? And yeah, I think that's really like what tips things off in terms of how more depressing this story got, because he doesn't even know. I mean, yeah, you can take assurance with a bit of comfort, but he never got to see this transplant successful because he died. So yeah, it was just very, very sad. But yeah, and also the Luke situation with True. I just have a bad feeling things are gonna fizzle out between them two, because obviously she's been she's been trying to throw lies in regards to what's really happening with her, and True is just about at his limit. You can see it. And I'm just thinking this is all building up to something that's going to be bad in terms of Luke and True, that things are going to fizzle out between them two. So, which, you know, is sad because I like Luke. Luke's a really, really decent guy. But there's a lot of complications when it comes to this job, and one of them is having to lie to someone who's in the unknown. So, because I mean, I mean, Harry's a bit stubborn anyways. Luke has a bit more sense than that. But it was pulling teeth getting Harry to believe you. Davis, at least, well, he knows something, and we still got to explore that shit. Luke could know something too, but as far as I know, he's completely oblivious. So how do you explain to someone this situation? But like I said, I feel like things are going to turn sour between them two, and I'm not here for it, but I'm just having realistic expectations. And plus, when it comes to a TV show, 90% of the time, happy, good relationships that you just adore, they just don't tend to stick together. So, it does sound depressing, but am I wrong? No, but as I said, I think this was a phenomenal episode. Probably my favorite. I don't say probably my favorite. I think this is my favorite. Just with how everything was, the multiple redo days, with how sadder the story got, and it was just really, really well done in my opinion. So, great episode. Emotional, but fantastic stuff. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!